Hey everyone, I'm Mariah. Welcome to applediaries.com, where I discuss health, detoxification, and how to heal thyself on this channel. So today I wrote a blog post titled Parasites in the State of the World, which I wanted to share with everyone. I feel that it's important information. I feel it's very relevant and valid given the situation of the world today and what's going on. For those who can see the bigger picture and who have been taking care of their health for quite some time, a lot of this seems quite absurd, and we can see what's truly behind all this and what the desired results are through shutting down the world and creating economic havoc and disorder and devaluing the currency, and there's so much that's trickling down from this. I'm not going to get into it, and that's why I haven't been making videos lately, because I almost can't help myself from speaking out. And I don't really want to speak out too much in this regard, because if people can't see what's truly going on at this point, there's no waking people out of their stupor, you know? People have to discover and find this stuff out for themselves, and I truly don't believe that's really possible for a lot of people unless they bring their bodies back into a state of health in order to be able to see, which is kind of where I'm going with this post that I'm going to read. I wrote this blog post on my website. It's called Parasites in the State of the World. And it begins with, I cannot underestimate the importance of striving for health. Without health, you are not at your best, to those who surround you or to yourself. Without health, our thoughts, our actions and decisions are compromised to various degrees. Imagine a world where all the people were in good health and thriving. Now imagine the ripple effect that we would experience instead of that which we see today. Today we have people who are struggling. They are eating unhealthy foods daily while wondering what is wrong with the world. How can we expect to see a healthy world if we ourselves are not close to that which we expect to see? The outside world is a reflection of our overall health, and I can tell you right now we have a lot of work to do. We have people at the top in positions of world health and government that are introducing, writing, and creating harmful statutes, rules, and regulations for the rest of us to follow. If we examine each individual in these positions of government, for example, or philanthropy, it becomes quite obvious that these sick individuals have no place making decisions for the whole. They are sick with parasite issues, and they are full of mucus. There are sick individuals wanting to inject 7 billion people with vaccinations before we can return to normal. And if you take the time to research the ingredients, it will become quite apparent why vaccines cause serious harm. Not to mention, these concoctions often contain parasites or feed parasite issues within. We are being threatened and coerced into accepting needles before we can return to normal? Come on, people, wake up! Really? Sick people do not make sound decisions, period. They do not. They are compromised on many levels, seen and unforeseen. Do you know that if an individual has ever eaten meat, especially pork, fish, or chicken, or eggs, or milks from another species, that it is almost certain that that individual has parasites? Did you know that parasites, once they are within you, you're the host, they can adapt to almost any diet or terrain that comes thereafter? Even if you've been eating raw food diet for an entire year, or only natural foods such as fruits, greens, and vegetables, parasites can adapt because they want to live, and they are very good at doing exactly what they are designed to do: thrive. I state upon a lot of research and experience with parasites that they are one of the main reasons a lot of individuals fail at certain health promoting diets, because of parasites are still present. Many symptoms can occur when parasites are still present, such as brain fog, stomach issues, cramping, nosebleeds, irritability, inability to make rational decisions, headaches, etc., etc., etc. Of course, parasites are not to blame entirely. They are just there to do a job. They are there to do what the nature intended them to do. They are just a symptom of a deeper root cause. They are there to clean up and to feed off the mess that the individual, the host, created themselves. Parasites are there to assist the individual with cleaning up the acidic mess, yet that in themselves, they create more havoc, within. So parasites help us to one degree while causing other symptoms to arise on the other hand. So once parasites are within the human body, and there are over like 300 different types of parasites that humans can have, they're the main ones that most people have, but so as mentioned, they can adapt to any diet, and to eliminate them, it requires 100% natural diet in combination with a minimum of a 3-month herbal parasite cleanse protocol, and then on top of that, you need at least a month every year for maintenance. So when an individual has parasite issues, they are no longer themselves. I once read about a parasite that would affect an insect's behavioral patterns, which they do to humans, they do with any host that they find. But the parasite would cause the insect to put itself in a position in order to allow itself to be eaten by a specific bird, because the parasite's agenda was to affect that specific bird. The insect was just a means to an end in order to fulfill its agenda, so to speak. Parasites are fascinating, yet they are destructive and can cause great internal damage to the host over the years. We have a worldwide health crisis on our hands, everyone, and to that I fully agree, yet not in the sense that it is portrayed to the general public by the mainstream media. Our worldwide health crisis is McDonald's, meat, eggs, dairy, grains, all the processed and sugar-laden foods that we've been eating for generations. It's finally caught up to us, and now, yes, we have weakened population susceptible to disease. It's no big surprise. These foods have slowly led way to what we label as cancer, heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune, or COVID. Any disease name. The worldwide health crisis has been brewing for generations. It didn't just come about. It didn't just a disease, a specific viral just was suddenly developed, or it just suddenly came here and now it's about airborne and jump from person to person. Like, that stuff fairy tales are made of, people. Wake up, all right? If you want to research more on germ theory and virals and the truth behind all that, there's Dr. Stefan Lanka, there's Dr. Robert Young, there's so many people speaking out about this. Doctors, virologists, etc. So please do your research and stop believing everything that we're told by the mainstream media, the medical and scientific communities. So, where was I? Why do we consent to decisions that are made for the whole by individuals who are clearly not living in good health, riddled with parasite and fungal issues, and who are compromised and not physically or mentally fit to lead the whole? Is it because most of us are in the same boat? Most of us are unhealthy? In my opinion, parasites are one of the main causes for fear, pain, and suffering that we witness all around us today. Parasites cause individuals to make decisions that benefit themselves or evil, but not the health and the well-being of others. Let me clarify. We invite these parasites in through our poor dietary habits and lifestyle choices. We create the environment for them to thrive, and once parasites are within, they themselves cause additional health issues and chaos to contend with. We create our internal terrain. We invite these worms into our bodies, and parasites, they have the will to thrive, and they will do whatever it takes to live. So parasites can also influence our choices, causing us to crave certain foods that will benefit them while slowly harming and weakening the host. I encourage you to read and research more upon this fascinating topic. There's so much I could get into. I'm almost 10 minutes into a video. So what is wrong with the world today? Could it be that we have parasites on various levels making decision for the whole? You can tell a lot about someone's overall health by examining their general appearance. I'm not talking about judgment here. I'm speaking of examining someone's health by truly seeing them. Pale skin is often a sign of fungal or mucus within. Moles are fungal related. Thinning skin, weak, rigid fingernails, that's all parathyroid issues. If you have organ and gland weaknesses, you can that's certain that it's a domino effect, ripple effect throughout the body. It's not just you have damaged kidneys and everything else is fine. Oh no, we operate as a whole. We can examine an individual's iris to read in detail their overall health status. That's why I love iridology. The eye is the mirror to the soul, they say. The eye is a roadmap to an individual's overall health. All the nerve endings in the body is reflected within the iris. And this is why I study iridology and prefer to begin, any coaching or health regime with an iridology reading. Anyways, in my opinion, parasites are a large reason of what's wrong with the world today, and we cannot expect anyone to make any sound decisions when they are compromised and dealing with health issues. Health has always been the most important aspect of human life. Everything else is secondary. Everything else is secondary because without health, you are not your best. You are not yourself. You cannot possibly make clear decisions if you are not in a state of health. Yesterday, I was out gathering some supplies, and across the street, the lineup to McDonald's was out the parking lot. It was disgusting. A large majority of the people continue to poison themselves, even during these times when we're clearly dealing with some type of health crisis, worldwide possibly, so they say, but we won't get into that. Anyways, so we all affect each other. Humans are eating the most unhealthy foods daily, like McDonald's, and yet those who teach health in mainstream circles, generally speaking, do not understand the human body and what fuel it requires to function optimally. Could it be that those in the health fields, those involved in world health, deal with parasite issues themselves and that their decision-making capabilities for the whole are compromised and result in harm? We are in the midst of an economic meltdown. People are losing their jobs, their homes, their lives as they knew it. The ripple effect is astronomical and never seen before, yet it is our fault. It's not the fault of an outside source because we buy every story they feed us. It's an epidemic of people in poor health, period. We can label it whatever we want. The label is not what's important because all disease stems from internal toxicity and or environmental toxicity. People often ask why individuals in power seem to make decisions that would also affect themselves or their families negatively. People riddled with parasites is the answer to that question. Parasites affect decision-making in order to benefit themselves. They don't care about the host. They do not care who gets hurt as long as they can satisfy their own needs and agendas. So what can we do about it? We can recognize the issues at hand. That is the first step. We cannot expect to solve a problem if we do not know the root cause of said problem. This goes hand in hand with the medical system at large. It is only capable so far as suppressing symptoms and managing pain because healing at present is an impossibility for them because they refuse to acknowledge or learn the root cause of disease and why it develops. Those of us who recognize the root cause as to why we suffer are having successful results and in healing all these disease names labeled by the medical profession as incurable. So again, what can we do about it? We can begin with ourselves. From there, a ripple effect will take place. In time, nature works slowly, and the state of the world that we see today came about slowly. This didn't happen, bam. This came about slowly. The world needs healthy people who can make sound decisions here on planet Earth because each decision affects the whole in seen and unforeseen ways. Taking care of our health, eliminating the disease-forming foods, and eating the foods we were designed to eat is a single most effective act that each and every one of us can contribute. And we should have been contributing for years. And I thank those that have been, including myself, because we knew something was coming down the line. We just didn't know it would look like this. This is far worse than any of us could have imagined. Anyways, you know, the world needs healthy people, and taking care of our health and eliminating the disease-forming foods is the single most important aspect that we can contribute. People no longer stand up. They accept anything. They lack the ability to recognize when they are being lied to and taken advantage of. We think anything written in a book with a course designed around it is truth. We don't question. We don't look behind it. We don't look to see who created that course content or where that information stemmed from. We accept germ theory as fact when it's never been proven. Okay, so healthy individuals begin to see. When you obtain health, you begin to see. You know, a healthy individual develops the ability to educate and share truth. A healthy individual is strong, and many people are drawn to them, not realizing why. Healthy individuals cannot be lied to because they've been through the trenches in order to see through. The truth is simple, and overcomplication is a tactic to cause people to give up and give in. So never has there ever been a time so important that it is today to get on the path towards health. I am a health coach. I am here because I've been through it, and I recognize that those people currently making decisions for the whole do not have the people's best interest at heart. In fact, it's the direct opposite. So it's time to overcome our obstacles and to take our health back. For if we do, eventually we are going to see all that surrounds us improve. But until then, we will possess the ability as a whole to recognize when someone is passing off harmful ideas and decisions for the general public, and to not consent, and to not consent to that which is being imposed upon us based on falsities. Never has there ever been a more important time to wake up, dig deep, and to figure out what it is that you will accept and where you will draw the line. It all begins and ends with you. It always has. I just hope that it's not too late, that the situation is not too advanced, because it's definitely not improving by the day. So this video is a lot longer than I intended. I'm going to end it here. Please like, share, and subscribe so I can be inspired to make more videos. I just want to say though, for those of us who have been taking care of our health daily so that we can walk among the compromised, don't try and hold us back and put us in quarantine, okay? If people want to get out and live their lives, there shouldn't be somebody dictating that we stay in our homes, because there are people out there who have not taken care of their health in life. I know it's not fair. I know we've been fed lies, and I know it's a lot of people's fault, not their fault that they're unhealthy in a sense, on some levels. I understand that and recognize that, but too bad. You know what? Nature weeds out the weak. It always has, and now we've got a system that wants to glorify the weak, hold everyone else back while impoverishing the people and stealing their wealth. Okay, I won't say much more. I'm pretty sure you people can figure it out for yourself. There's plenty of people out there speaking the truth, even though censorship is alive and well today, and videos are getting pulled off YouTube and Facebook left, right, and center. And people refuse to, including myself so far, jump platforms, and that's got to change as well, because we can't be relying on Facebook and YouTube any longer when they pull videos down because they deem it misinformation. Well, there's plenty of misinformation they leave up, but we'll just leave it at that. So, happy healing, everyone. Please, please take care of your health. You know, just cut out the meat, the dairy, the eggs, the grains. That stuff is killing people slowly. Now, I don't like to put grains into that category, I suppose, because it's an excellent transition food, getting people off of this meat, eggs, and dairy, and processed and fast foods. But eventually we've got to let it all go if we want to achieve optimal health. So, here we are, 20 minutes. Longest video I think I've ever made. Well, the situation dictates that everyone's gotta, anyways, rambling, I'm out of here.